All partnerships, right? Partnerships are equally amazing and equally sometimes debilitating, depending on where we're at in our life. Society says that we need to have a partner. We need someone, a lifelong partner, someone that's with us along the way of the journey. You grow up and people go, oh, when are you getting married? Well, is he serious or is she serious? Are they serious? It's a lot of pressure. There's a lot of pressure. And then all of a sudden you find yourself in a relationship and you think, how did I get here? Is this what I want? Our partner is a mirror of ourselves. To have the best partner, you need to be the best partner. Partnerships are phenomenal. Absolutely phenomenal. If you want to have a really good look at yourself, have a good look at your partner. Do you like yourself with that partner? Are you your best version? Do you want the best for each other? Do you lift each other? Partnerships are exactly that. It needs to be a relationship, a win-win scenario. So I've given you 3 different images that I want you to tune into today, so I can channel spirit to give you a message about you in your partnership now. Now, if you aren't in a partnership at the moment, you can still listen to this, but this is targeted at those that are in a relationship now. It may or may not be a committed relationship, but it is the person that you feel is your person at the moment. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and all those algorithm things for YouTube. I'm Connie Rose. This is the Healing Academy with Connie Rose. Let's get started. All right, I'm using the Mandela cards that have stood out to me today, and I don't know how to shuffle round cards, but here we go. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to tune into you, I'm going to tune into your partner, and I'm going to tune into your relationship and see what guidance spirit wants to give you right here and right now. So straight away I get you. This is you, and I have the ego Mandela. The second card is your partner, which is acceptance, and your relationship is actually going to be a different deck. Okay, see, I get told what to do as I go, so no, I'm gonna leave it. We'll do that later. All right, thank you, spirit. We have like a meeting as I go, a business meeting. Okay, ego, this is you at the moment. The acceptance is your partner. Now, at the moment, I can feel in your relationship that there's a mechanism that turns on in you that keeps you safe. Our ego is necessary. It needs to be there for us to, feel protected, keep ourselves in check. But we need to balance it. It can't be too big and it can't be too small. And at the moment, it feels as though in your relationship that you're having a little bit of a tug of war with when you should speak or when you should be silent, and you're having this whole internal dialogue that's going on that's giving you a little bit of anxiety. Now, currently, your partner is actually there's a little bit of surrendering going on. I feel as though that your partner may very well be retreating. I'm just going to press that. My battery's going flat. Okay. There's a little bit of retreating going on. So, and I always say in relationships, it's like a band, okay? So usually there's a runner and there's a chaser. And then there's a runner and then a chaser. We take our turn, right? Just say our relationships are like a band here. One person pulls that way, the other person usually comes. That person pulls back and then that person comes. And then eventually, if the games go on, both partners can go both ways, and then the luck band snaps, and that's where the breakdown is. Now, I'm not saying that there's a breakdown going on here. I'm saying there's a miscommunication, because you both really are in this energy. And remember, this is a general reading. Take what resonates. But I really feel like there's a mutual respect here. I feel like you two about, I always say there's a time for a breakdown or a breakthrough. And there's like big discussions brewing to get your... it's like just to know where you are in your relationship, the both of you, because there's been a little bit of to and fro, but you are coming together now. It's actually quite a lot of love and respect here. But the lack of communication up until now has left you guessing and making up some things. So in that, you've got a little bit on your high horse without... like, you're not doing this out of disrespect or out of being full of yourself or anything like that. It's more like the protectiveness has come in and you've stepped up, which meant your partner sort of fallen away energetically. So they've just surrendered and gone, okay, this is just, I'm not even going to go there. But all you want to do is have this beautiful, loving, nurturing relationship, and you're at the brink of it, you see. And what needs to happen here is for you to step down and just check in and have that communication. That real big talk needs to happen here about how you're feeling and they're feeling, because you'll find that it's very similar. It's very similar. It's a really pivotal time for your relationship at the moment. Lots of love and respect. I can feel that. And I'll just pull a card for your actual relationship. And it is the truth one. Of course it is, because it's time of truth. And the two of you have been guessing for a while of like what's happening next, or what each other are thinking and that type of thing. And it just says, I am lovingly honest with myself and others. Time for communication, time for connection, time for that conversation, and be honest. And it's not what you say, it's how you say it. But expect to be told your partner's truth. And sometimes that hurts. But that's okay, because in all information is power, right? But truthful information puts you two at the next level in this commitment. And this is a beautiful reading. And it is blatantly true. From spirit to you. And that, my darling, is reading for the partnership number 1. Okay, partnership number 2. It's quiet. The energy for this relationship is quiet. It's calming. But the substance here is lacking. And when I say substance, I mean the excitement and the passion. And there's always room for excitement and passion. Now, I'm pulling Mandela card for you, for your partner, and then I'll pull a card for the relationship. So this is you, and we've got deep breathing. Yeah. I want to shuffle for your partner. This is your partner. Just his mood. Okay. There is a nice connection here, but there's a little bit of work to be done. So when I tune into you in your relationship here, sweet thing, the silence, and I know communication seems to be a bit of a theme with all relationships, the number one human need is to be understood, and miscommunication and that. I just feel like there's no words. I feel like whether or not you've been, and again, this is general, but whether or not you've been in a situation where you've just keep explaining yourself whether it's falling on deaf ears or whether you're not speaking at all, and whether this is you or your partner. It feels like both of you are just in your little bubble. Together you're in a bubble, but separately you're in a bubble. Together you're in a bubble, but separately. So it's like you're in this big bubble, but separate in that bubble. And it feels as though you've either been doing breath work, meditation, or you may very well just sigh a lot. Like, I know breath is something here. Now, that is the only way we can calm ourselves down. So if you find you're getting antsy and you got all this rage and you want to put it somewhere and then you just burst, breathing calms us. It's the only thing. So if you're not doing meditation, breath work, I really urge you to do that, because you and your partner have come together for a reason. And I feel like there's a little bit of questioning around that. I feel like there could be a lot of noise around you, like work pressures or children or something that's taking you off concentrating on your union here. But the thing is, when you two come together, you're a bloody force to be reckoned with. I'd call you even almost a power couple here. But it's been a while since you've actually stepped into that power together. I can see things shifting though, whether it be holidays, there's something planning, there's something you've planned. Because I always say to people, look forward to something in the future. Always look forward to something. And I feel like there could be a trip here, whether it be with a caravan or camping. It's not extreme, but it's certainly something that's enough. Bringing the people together, like the celebrations, I can feel them coming in. And that's just basically, sometimes you just don't ask for permission for these things, you just organize them. That's the difference. So we can get really stuck in the whole trying to organize dates, this, that, and the other, and things don't line up, so you just sort of surrender, where you really need to just go, this is the date, this is when it's happening, make it happen. Without, within reason. Now, when I step into your partner's energy, I feel the fluctuating moods. They're up, then they're down, then they're up, then they're down. And it's very hard to know when you can swoop on in with a conversation, or swoop on in with a cuddle, or swoop on in with any sort of connection. Now, your partner definitely wants it, but there's a block. There's a block. Because the silence is almost deafening in this communication at times. And you're actually quite good at setting the tone of your relationship in your energy. When you're high, the relationship lifts. When you're low, the relationship plateaus almost. So between the two of you, there's a bit of effort to be done here, but it's energetic. It's energetic. Your connection's definitely there. It's worth working on. But it's more about bringing the fun back. I don't even want to talk about stuff. So sometimes in energies of relationships and partnerships, I say, there's communication, you need to talk. Well, we can talk till the cows come home here, but the two of you aren't really great at that. So why push it uphill? Why wouldn't you just plan, fun, bring friends in, family, events, laughter, and just do it, rather than picking at the past? I just feel like bringing up that's not going to get you anywhere. It is what it is, move forward. That's what this reading is. And just a card just to highlight where your relationship is and what Spirit wants to show you, and it is God. Let go and let God. It's a real surrender. And you don't have to be religious. You don't have to believe in God. It can be the universe. It can be your spirit team. It can be whatever. But I'm going to read this to you. I step out of the way and surrender any need for control in order to make room for God's healing love to flow through me and this situation. And it's really, the real theme here is, let's not look at the past and try to recreate and be triggered by that. Let's just move forward and start creating the future that you really desire. There's lots of kids and family and all of that type of energy I get with this. And I know there's lots of love. And that, my darling, is your reading for partnership number 2. All right, last but not least, partnership number 3. Now, partnership number 3, I feel like this one can be quite hot and steamy at times. Hot and steamy, physically, but also passionate with words. So I know that there can be fiery conversations, words that just fly out of both of your mouths. You don't mean them at the time, but there's just this it's almost like I don't want to say love-hate relationship, love-hate energy. It's not hate. It's not the word hate. It's like love, passion, love. It's all passion here, very fiery. I wouldn't be surprised if there's a fire element to this relationship in your star sign, in your birth chart, the both of you even. So when you clash, but when you're together, it's freaking passionate. So I'm going to pull a card for you and your partner, and then your relationship. This is you, my sweetheart. Deep breathing. So you may very well have been thinking about number 2 and number 3, because this is what number 2 got as well. So the deep breathing is you. Your partner is get out of town mood. You saw me shuffle these. These are the exact same cards, but I'll tell you right now, it's a different energy. That's a different energy. Wow. Can't make this shit up, man. Deep breathing. Now, the difference here is, so when I pull cards, I use them just as a tool because I'm channeling spirit and they just give me clues. I get different energies, I feel differently, and different things stand out to me. So with this one, I feel like your deep breathing here is literally to rechannel the energy that's coming up. Literally to stop you in your tracks for saying things, because I feel like there's a bit of, speaking and then thinking afterwards. I have a habit of doing that. So I know that with this energy, and it's not out of, there's no hate here. I don't feel like any negativity. I feel more like it's passion, and it's like, you hear me. And I heard something on the on social media today, and it was absolutely beautiful. And I know that that's what comes to mind here, because it says, when two people are standing beside each other and they're yelling at each other, it's really frustrating. And it's not because they want to be heard. It's more because their hearts feel so distant from each other. So they yell because of the distance. But equally, when you feel completely loved and secure in your relationship, you don't even have to speak, because in that silence, there's that love connection. So I know the two of you go from there to there. There's a bit of up and down, and it's really through the words. We've got to be really mindful of the words that are spoken in this relationship, because you can't take your words back. And you two, both of you, speak out of turn. And it's purely through frustration. It's you don't even mean what you're saying, and you're just throwing it around. But it's really getting to the point where it's deep and it can hurt. So with you, there needs to be a nice breath before the words come out. Now your partner, I go into your partner, and I feel like their moods really trigger you, and it could be that you're quite the empath, and you're very sensitive. So when there is the reaction, or they come in the house or whatever in a state, immediately you mirror them. Immediately, there's very much mirroring. So in this state, there's absolutely now time for music. Set the mood. So don't have each other set the mood just by how you're feeling. You've got to lift the frequency very much so. So music, very, very important. Music will lift the mood in your household, and ask spirit to come through in the words of the music, because you'll find you'll get more of guidance and feel less separate, because the two of you have got big passion when you switch it on. And then it's quite fiery, and the words are flying around the place. It's quite volcanic. But let's pull a card for your actual relationship together. And it's just self-respect. The two of you are very much a mirror of each other. So to have the perfect partner, you need to be the perfect partner. No such thing as perfect, by the way. But the way you behave, you watch. Your partner is very, very connected to you, very, very receptive to copying you. I honour and love myself through my healthful actions, the big breaths. and you've got this. That is your reading for the partnership. Oh, number 3. Thank you very much for tuning in, my beautiful souls. Please like, share, subscribe, and all those algorithm things. And I would love you to have a look at my description with all the events and all the services that I offer. Take care. Be true to yourself. Be kind to others. Especially be kind to yourself, because you know what? There's no one more beautiful than you. Peace out.